Welcome to Retirement Ramblings. I'm Scott, and today is day 239 in my countdown to retirement. So this morning I got up, got ready for work, and while I was squeegeeing the shower, I accidentally lifted my head when I was below the shower handle, and our shower handle comes down to a point. So I got to get a nice gash in the top of my bald head at the top there, which I didn't know started bleeding. But then when I dried off, found blood all over the towel. So needed to be able to clean that up later. Then the endoscopy center called and wanted to check on my wife's status, and she was still sleeping. So I woke her up so that she could give the nurse an update on how she felt. So everything seems to be okay. So that's great. But my wife decided she's going to wait another 12 to, I guess, 12 to 14 hours. So probably by tomorrow at lunchtime before she decides to eat anything that isn't room temperature, eat or drink anything that's not room temperature or soft. So, but so far so good. She seems to be recovering well without any significant pain or other side effects other than the anesthesia made her really, really tired. And so she slept, pretty much after we got home last night, she slept multiple hours. Then she slept through the night. Then even after I woke her up, and she went back to bed after that. And then she took another nap after I got home later in the afternoon. But anyway, while I was at work, I decided to walk around the campus to see parts that I haven't looked at in quite a while since, I've been working remotely multiple years now. So anyway, I walked out by our satellite dish farm, and I snapped a quick picture of a small section of the satellite farm because we have a really extensive farm. So anyway, I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought I'd share it with you. And then at 11 o'clock, the Treasury auction went off for the 17-week T-bill. That bill ended up coming in with an investment rate of 4.318. That's up from the last auction where it went off at 4.308. So good news for me. I was happy with that. Then I was able to leave the office early today so that I could not get caught in the traffic going to the Braves Cincinnati Reds home game tonight. So because I got to leave early and traffic was cooperating, I made it home in record time. So I made it home in like 58 minutes, which is like unheard of. I never get home in like less than an hour and 20 or an hour and a half. So I really made great time. Then when I got home, I watched the recording that I had asked my wife to do of Jerome Powell's speech following the Fed announcement that they weren't going to alter the interest rates at this meeting. And I wanted to basically hear his commentary, which is usually what moves the market, and also confirm for myself whether my hypothesis that we're going to have the Fed maintain higher rates for longer would hold true. And in watching the press conference, it seemed very apparent to me that the Fed and Jerome Powell is in no particular rush to lower interest rates, which, if you happen to be someone who's relying on debt, not a good thing for you. But if you're someone like me who cares about the income that's generated by, fixed assets or, T-bills or what have you, then higher for longer works out better because then, I get more interest or more yield on the money that I'm investing. So, for me, that's both my base case and my desired outcome. I'm looking for the Fed not to lower interest rates prior to the October meeting, which is on, what is it? It's October 29th. Will be the October meeting. But the SEP, or the Summary of Economic Projections, where they tell you what they think is going to happen with interest rates. There'll be an update on the June 18th meeting. There'll be an update on the September 17th meeting, and then they'll give you a final update for the year on the December 10th meeting. So again, I'm hoping that they don't lower rates before the October meeting, which gives me a significant amount of time to manipulate my Treasury bill ladder so that it will come due in specific segments going forward next year when I think might need to cash and give me a maximum yield during that initial year of retirement. So then I got a chance to peruse LinkedIn after I watched the meeting for a few minutes, and I found two charts, both via Bloomberg, that I found really interesting. One showed that the global debt rose 7.5 trillion in the first quarter of 2025, and that's according to the Institute of International Finance, as reported by Bloomberg. And that is a new record driven by government borrowing needs. As a share of GDP, though, debt moved down to 325%, which sounds like a giant number, but it's the lowest numbers since late 2019. So that just means the productivity globally for GDP is going up, so that the percentage could go down. And then another chart was by, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but Barani Associates, I guess. And again, reported by Bloomberg, that shows that the value of U.S. announced stock buybacks has reached more than 600 billion year to date, which is a pace that's stronger than the prior high of 598.5 billion that was reached in 2022. So at least at the moment, not that they're going to go through it with it, but the companies that have announced buybacks, whether that's, Apple, Microsoft, Google, etc., if they go through with it, they're going to be supporting their particular stocks as any stock pressures put on them, which is good if you happen to be an owner of those kind of stocks. Then I ended up making top sirloin for dinner. So first I marinated it for about an hour, and then I cooked it on the grill, and I was more than satisfied with it. It came out really good. So happy with that. And then UPS delivered my new blower motor that came from Rock Auto a day early. So that was awesome. So I removed the old one, and then I also have a washable, reusable cabin filter that sits right above where the blower motor is. So I took that out, I cleaned that, got that reset back in. Then I took the new blower motor and installed that. And so the total amount of time to take out the old one, clean everything, reinstall, probably 30 minutes. So that went awesome. The part of it that went not so awesome was while I was laying underneath the dash, I must have been moving my head back and forth as I was trying to unscrew the stuff or, get the wires out of the way. So when I got up and got out of the truck, I looked down at where I had been working, and apparently, where my head had been bleeding this morning, it opened up and there was blood all over the carpet in the truck, which I wasn't happy about. Luckily, I'm married to a stain wizard. And so I got my wife, showed her the problem, and 15 minutes later, it was like never even happened. So, I mean, she's amazing at getting stuff stains out of my shirt, stains out of whatever it is. The towel that I had this morning with the blood, that's gone. So, I'm a slob when it comes to getting things all over me. And so she's gotten great over the last 40 years in getting rid of the messes that I make. So it worked out good in partnership that way. Anyway, then I asked her to sit in the car. I started it up, started the blower. It probably takes 3 to 5 seconds to spin up to full speed, but it's quieter, and it blows considerably harder than the OEM blower that I replaced it with. Shuts off immediately, but there is a delay, and I don't know why, but there is a delay in the spin up of the motor, but it's quiet and it blows hard. So for me, with the AC, that's what I care about. So anyway, that's that. And then for the rest of the evening, I plan to just kind of chill out. I may get a chance to sit down and watch last night's recorded episode of FBI. I'm not sure if it's the season finale or not. But anyway, that's what I plan to do for the rest of the evening, is just kind of watch some YouTube videos and just chill or watch TV, something like that. Anyway, that's my update for today. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section down below, or drop me an email at myretirementramblings@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you have a great evening, and until tomorrow, take care.